Well, what a man, what a life story. Those feats of gallantry, flying high, dodging enemy fire, putting his body on the line for the British war effort. And then, because heroes never stop thinking of others, the years of tireless charity work. Experiences we can all agree which are well worth reading about. We're not talking about the autobiography of 36-year-old former Apache pilot Prince Harry, announced yesterday, but the obituary in the newspapers today of 100-year-old Benny Goodman. I recommend it to you. It's well worth looking up. And what an antidote Squadron Leader Goodman's story is to the hype around the memoirs of Captain Wales, with all the self-promotion, Windsor bashing and muckraking such a misguided literary enterprise entails. Goodman put his life repeatedly on the line for the King. The Duke of Sussex won't put a sock in his mouth for the Queen. Goodman hit targets all over Germany for the legendary Dam Busters. The Duke is getting ready to release truth bombs from his base in California. Goodman, a lifelong opponent of anti-Semitism, tried to kill Hitler in an air raid against his Bavarian Eagle's Nest. Harry, who once dressed as a Nazi at a fancy dress party, caused his own firestorm by making unverifiable accusations of royal racism. Well, Goodman's Lancaster carried the biggest bomb ever flown by the RAF, destroying the Arnsberg Viaduct with one. Harry, having revived hopes for a royal reconciliation when he and his brother unveiled a statue to their late mother, now seems determined to blow up any remaining bridges with his family. Goodman kept a stiff upper lip. Harry's embraced psychobabble. Goodman was a private man. The Duke demands privacy and then agrees to collaborate with what his publisher is calling an intimate and heartfelt memoir. Goodman joined Bomber Command in the first month of World War II. 55,000 of his comrades died over occupied Europe. Their chances of survival were about 50-50. Well, Harry, by contrast, increasingly lives or dies by a different set of numbers. The 100 million viewers worldwide for the 90-minute-long opera Interview, and now a reported $20 million advance for his autobiography. But the Duke of Sussex has a problem, and it's one Benny Goodman would have understood. Harry is flying too high. He's hooked on the oxygen of publicity. To make an impact, his bombshells have to get bigger and more explosive. Eventually, there'll be no disclosures left. The bomb racks will be empty, the oxygen spent. The culture war that Harry and Meghan have signed up to fight will have moved on to battles anew. And then what? Well, we can hazard a guess, look back at the life of another duke who broke with the monarchy and chose to live in exile. A King's Story, the memoirs of the Duke of Windsor. It was published in 1951 and, like Harry's autobiography, was ghost-written. It tells the story of Edward VIII's abdication to marry the American heiress, Wallis Simpson. That was the biggest crisis faced by the monarchy in the 20th century. It's hard not to see the parallels with another Duke, another American, and another royal crisis, this one in the 21st century. For the record, Edward spent his final years abroad, embittered, ignored and frustrated. That's tonight's Viewpoint.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.